Our parish is made up of 1,500 people, so we leafleted them all through the door. And in addition to that, I put it in my community column in the newspaper, which was then picked up by the local press. And they gave it publicity as well, and they were very interested in the project. And then people came along to the meeting, we answered all their questions, put the scenario, and then we went on to organise them to put in bids. Designed our own bid form, and the bids came in.
The Rise and Life Turn is a Christian charity designed to help those coming out of addiction to be restored back into community with a life skill that will enable them to continue in life's journey, get employment, break the benefit culture and just help them continue in life's journey. Yeah. The concept is that we need £2.1 million to have this project up and running. And so what we did was we came up with a scheme where 42,000 stones at £50 per stone allowed the individual to identify that they'd invest into it. The reality is that we applied for £750 and not apply for it all.
We weren't sure, in all honesty, how many bids we were going to get, and I'm also chair of the glebe committee, which is our village space. Some people have expressed a view that wouldn't it be great to have the new fruit trees growing in the glebe where, you know, in the summer children would be able to just access fruit and eat them on the glebe. We were bidding for £200 and as somebody bidding for the money I had to put together a bid which I had to present on the evening where we were making the decisions.
Good evening everybody. Thanks very much for coming along to take part in the voting for the participatory budget. Sarah's been the brave soul and she's volunteered to go first for the village hall. Well, our decision-making meeting was a really nice evening actually. We had a good turnout, we had a lot of people turned up.
We'd like to ask for £2,000 towards redecoration of the village hall.
We decided that the votes would be cast in 3 for the one that they really wanted, 2 for the second and 1 point for the third.
I'm here representing Wimbledon Cricket Club and we're asking for £1,130 for the refurbishment of the cricket nets.
We install solar panels for people and they generate their own electricity from it. My proposal is to install a 1 kilowatt peak system on the playing field. It will produce around about 750 units of electricity a year. That's an income for the village of £310 a year.
Each of the projects was supported by a team of people and they were looking to champion their idea.
We believe that if we get this 1,500, we will be able to improve this village hall, not for just a week, but it's there for the future.
I'd just like to say thank you on behalf of the Bowls Club for inviting us here to give a presentation. The Wharton Bowls Club is one of the very, very few facilities that exist in this village. I think it would be a shame to lose this, what we consider to be a unique aspect, not only to the community, but the village.
What I believe that we're doing with the Gilling Gig, which has run now for some 5 years, is bringing another dimension, another addition to the life of a small village to keep it going.
I actually like the music, but it's incredibly noisy. And you know, we're reasonably happy with it, but there are a lot of people in the village who you know are not. And what proportion of people do you get from the village?
The meeting itself, we had no idea really how many people were going to turn up and we wanted to try and make it a community event rather than just turn up, hear a couple of bids, put a vote in and go home. So we did make sure that there were tea and coffee available, we did a raffle as well and just made sure that there was opportunity for people to go round and chat to each other and to see each other as well as sort of hear the bids as well.
It's a privilege really to be here tonight to being part of this and request a bid of £750. But there's 15 young men going to benefit from learning skills on that farm.
The school would very much like to present a bid for monies to buy new hymn books. We are currently desperate for new hymn books at school and would love the opportunity that new hymn books would provide.
I'm requesting the sum of £500 to help to repair the church, the car park.
One of the things that we felt we'd like to do was replace the carpet in the old hall, which has been down for some years now and sadly was vandalised.
What we were going to ask you to do is to grade or vote for just the one that you want or several that you want, and you give them a number between 1 and 5.
The fourth is the gilling gig. The third is the weed control. Number 2 is heating, and number 1, the winners if you like, is the bowling gig.
It meant a lot to me personally, and it does to the club, and that is that the people actually came, they showed their support. They wanted to keep what is in the village there, they want to keep it alive, they want community spirit to be kept going.
The winner of tonight's £2,000 is the Village Hall.
I think it's great that we were given the money as a result of support from the villagers, and that the villagers felt that it was an important thing for us to do.
The one that scored the highest number of votes, with 188, was Horizon Life.
Once you have support from the local villagers, everything else can flow out of that in relationship. And the fact that they released the £750 to this charity in their community demonstrated relationship, community, investment, and going forward it will be repaid back in many, many different methods.
I didn't get my money. I was pretty low down the group, which was very disappointing.
Putting the money to one side, I think that what we have learned is that the community will respond when there is, when you've got an active community, when you've got groups in the community already doing things, they've always got ideas about how they can improve things.
It's nice to involve the community, and I would like to do it again, but how we would do it again, I don't know. I'd like to have other views on how it was done.
As a group of parish councillors, it's given us a much wider sense of activities that happen in the village. I think there's definitely an opportunity for us to continue in some sort of format for bringing the community groups together.
The process of participatory budgeting has been successful, but I think what it does need to drive it is lots of enthusiastic people and people that have the energy and the drive to actually make it happen.
We found it was a really, really good process to go through. We've got to know people in the village that normally don't come and join in things, realised what a wealth of talents we've got in our village, and people only need a little bit of support with their idea to make it come to fruition, really.
I'm convinced that it's a technique, a tool that a parish council can readily use from time to time to strengthen its engagement with its own community, refresh its understanding of people's needs, and also which can strengthen the community's own involvement and awareness of what's going on in the community itself. A very good thing, I think.
I think it's an excellent idea, and I just hope that more villages get the chance, because I think it's a great way of bringing the community together.
We don't always get the opportunity to say where the monies go, whereas this chance gives everybody a chance.
I think it's a brilliant idea, really. I mean, we have our, I think it's just a chance for us to decide what we want to do.
I think it's excellent, yes. It's obviously a new thing, and we've been lucky to be first in, really.
It's a very fair method of bringing everybody together and getting a result. In all fairness, it went well.
It's nice to see the community coming into action as one as they did tonight, and so great. Let's hope it continues.